Hello, I'm Cindy Ayers-Elliott, and I'm a farmer. I'm so proud to be the CEO of Footprint Farms, located right here in Jackson, Mississippi. And what you've heard from the great information that's coming to us from Time Incorporated, is great news about farmers and what's going on in the food industry. They've told us how to do it, what we need to do, how we should brand, and the information we should have in order to do business. In this case, our business is farming. And a big part of farming is talking about agriculture, but not just growing the seed in the soil to become a fruit. It's also about growing the seed of information in your mind to do business. And farming is a business. For us at Footprint, it is our livelihood. One of the areas we're going to talk about today is CSA. What is a CSA? A community-supported agriculture. What that means to farmers like me is that it's an opportunity to grow your produce, come together, and sell as one. For us at Footprint Farms, we have several farmers that grow great veggies, but volume is important. So in order to make sure we have CSA volume, we work with so many other different farmers, and what they grow and what we grow together, we sell together. Now, when you talk about a CSA, the things you have to remember is that it's about taste palates, not to you, but to your customers. For us as farmers, we always look at seasonal. What's growing now? What's healthy now? What's the best time to do a CSA for what's in your box for your volume? Well, for us, we look at seasons. Of course, in different areas of this country, temperatures are different, timing is different, there's more sun than others, and the soil texture is different. As a farmer, we have to make sure we test our soils to see what's going on, what nutrients we need in, because it's important that we bring the best quality and taste to you. Coming fresh directly from the farm not only saves you money, but it also saves your palate because you can actually taste the freshness of the food that's coming from the earth. How important is that? Well, to our health is very important, to our palates. And we're letting our palates direct us. We're going to direct our palates. But yet still it's with good food. It's good things that's going to be healthy for us. It's going to help fight the diseases that we're struggling with right now, like diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, liver disease, dialysis. I bet if I asked you, how many of you have a family member that's on dialysis? A lot of people will raise their hand. What about heart disease? My grandma, my mom. Think about this. Your cousins who have or will have diabetes or other diseases if we don't do things differently. Now, for us who have been diagnosed, we can look at how we can reverse it or how we can get a straight line on it. But most important, we can help prevent from happening to our children and grandchildren. It's all about information. We are truly what we eat. Now, if you look at statistical data, you can see how many people have all these diseases. And a lot of them look like you and I. And that's because of access, having access to good, healthy foods. And that's what we're going to talk about our CSA. Because with a CSA, a community-supported agriculture, the farmers are growing in the season daily. So when we harvest out from the fields to make sure it's going into a great cold storage to make sure that the temperature stays correctly on it so that when you get it, it's still fresh. So our veggies might be 1 day old, a new baby, versus some that's coming in from other parts of the country that might already be 7 or 8 or 10 days old when you get it. So now it goes into your grocery store. Now how old is it? With a CSA, you know that within 2 days of harvesting, you have it on your shelves, in this case, in your box, in your food box. For Footprint Farms, we actually have 2 sizes of CSA boxes. Why? Because some families are larger than others. You don't need a whole lot if it's 2 of you, because what you want to do, and this is the beauty of a CSA, you can have it fresh. Because you can go to your local market, your farmer's market, or to your farmers that's growing it and buy it. You can buy it on a Tuesday, on a Friday, or harvest it on a Wednesday and have it ready for a Thursday or Friday. Better yet, if you talk to the farmer and they'll tell you, we're going to harvest on Wednesday. Our farmers are going to be open to the public on Fridays. So you know when to come in, but yet still, it's only 2 days old. How about that for fresh and health? The other great part about this CSA and CSAs throughout the country is the poundage. For us at Footprint Farms, it's a 7-pound box. That's 7 pounds of some of the best fresh veggies that's grown. A combination. So when you get this, you're not just getting one thing. You might be getting 6 or 7 different items that's going to make great meals for the week. If you have a bigger family and you need to have more volume of tomatoes or lettuce or cucumbers or squash or greens or Swiss chard or cabbages, then you might want a larger box size. For us at Footprint Farms, we understand the importance of food waste. So what we don't want to happen to you is that you're paying your money, but you don't have time to cook all the food that your eyes will so beautifully have purchased. So for us and for you, we want to make it easy as possible. All farmers do. So this CSA that's created is to make sure that you have access to healthy, fresh foods and know that if I get this much on Wednesday, I can have it through the week and it's not going to spoil in the refrigerator or on my counter because I have time to prepare it. Again, for larger families, you want to look at a larger size. But the beauty of this packet with Footprint Farms, we have what's called a bundle. A bundle? Yes, because we believe in getting you the best and the freshest foods. But yet still, when you pay your money, we don't want you to think, well, I paid it and I got it all paid up, but I got 6 weeks and I got to get it this week, but I got vacation next week. What am I going to do? Am I going to lose my money or am I going to go and buy it and have it all there and now all of it's going to spoil? No. What we do is say, 6 weeks, wonderful. We're going to give you 15 weeks in order to pick up those 6 weeks of veggies. So if you're going on summer vacation, don't worry about it. You're not going to lose it and it's not going to spoil. Don't worry about it rushing to get it. It says, I don't have time to prepare it yet because kids are out of school right now and we're going to do something else with them. Yeah, you still need food, but sometimes you don't want to have to go back to the same thing every time. So with this and seasonal, you might get cucumbers and squash this week. Next 2 weeks or next 3 weeks, you might get the tomatoes or the watermelons or the other melons. Again, it depends on what's being planted and the season that it's in. Is this important? We think so. We think this is another way to help us take care of the earth by not wasting as much. We think it's also good for your pocketbook, your bottom line, and the money that you're spending. But most important, we'll know that you're getting the freshest things farmers can grow. As a farmer, it is so important to us to make sure we're delivering to you and to your families at this table the best thing that could be possible. So if you see a farmer that has a CSA program, talk to them about that. You can pick it up at your local farmers markets, or you can go online to a lot of them that sells, but look local. The closer you are to your food, the healthier it is and the fresher it is. So as a CSA provider, we can do this from 1 box, an individual to you, or 200 boxes or 300 boxes or 500 boxes to your congregation at church, to another association group that you're doing with. Your insurance companies can help with this too. Talk to them and see, well, what are you doing? You're paying them, and they're all about health. A lot of our insurance companies now about pre-health, helping to bring fresh things to you. So in doing that, it's a big part, again, of the community service. As farmers, this is our business, to know and to grow. As a consumer, we want you to have the best that we can provide to you. But economically, it's also very important to us. We work very closely with a lot of the USDA agencies to make sure that we're doing things correctly, to make sure we're taking care of the earth and we're not saturating it with a lot of chemicals we know we shouldn't be putting in. So we take so much pride as farmers in making sure that we're only inputting what the soil needs to make sure everything comes from that is the healthiest it can be. We couldn't do this without USDA. With a lot of the programs that USDA provides to us, there's opportunities out there for us to look at and to use. They have best practices. Things that we won't think about, they've already thought about and is there. How can we utilize it? The big part about this and what Time Incorporation is doing is bringing you access to know where it is. How do you get it? who's there to help. And there's companies like Time and others that are out there with the sole mission of making sure they're getting the information to provide to you. So you can make this call or this email and get an answer that's real. A real answer, not what somebody said to you or told you or wasn't sure about it. Get the real facts. And when they talk to you about some things, go and Google it or go and call someone. Better yet, go see your farmer. I can tell you more about CSAs and about growing food and how to grow, even if it's a coffee can. You can grow yourself, and you can grow things that are healthy for you, and your palate's going to love it. But I tell you what, farmers are important. Small farmers in this country are very important. Yet still, there's less of us than there's ever been before. Don't be afraid to look at agriculture access for careers. When you look at careers and I want to be a scientist, well, guess what? USDA needs scientists. I'm a musician. Well, guess what? Music, too, is a big part of USDA. You'll be surprised at the different apps that goes into what agriculture does for this country. We have to take better care of this earth to make sure it's around for our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren and our great-great-grandchildren. But while we're here in this present, there's so many things we can do to help ensure that these things happen. Please support your local farmers. Think about becoming one yourself. Think about growing this one little seed to make this beautiful plant that's going to produce food for your body that's not costing nearly as much. Think about the things you could do just growing in small spaces. If you're urban, you say, well, farming got to be big. You got to have all these acres and space. Not true. You can grow in your backyard. In fact, you could grow on a table and grow it well and grow enough to feed your families for 2 or 3 months. It's all about access and knowledge to what you can do and how you do these things. CSAs, again, is provided by farmers that grow different things to put it together to give you this one thing of great array of beautiful fruits and vegetables. So if you have not thought about it, think about a CSA. Think about getting one to try it and then going back says, this works. And get one, especially Footprint Farms, but other CSAs that's out there as well, and to try it to see how much your budget saves. And you also want to work with groups and farmers that also take all forms of payment for their CSA boxes. If you are a SNAP recipient, you can get that. If you have your debit cards, you can get that. Even for Footprint Farms, if you have state vouchers, we're certified by the state of Mississippi to also take those vouchers. We want to meet people where they are, but we want to bring the best regardless of where you are, to freshness, and to let our children know truly this is what real food tastes like. I would be remiss if I didn't say kudos to Footprint Farms family and to the great farmers that's there, to Mr. Danny, to Mr. Will, to LeGrand, to Michelet, to Miss Wendy, to Kobe, to Shay, and to David, and to Francis. Some of these farmers, you say, well, they don't farm. They do, because paper farmers are important. You have to have the correct documentation. You have to know where to go. Danielle talked about, and we'll talk about marketing and branding. Without all of this, it would be no us. The brand is important. The information is important. We have to know this. Accounting is so important. It's a business. You want to know what you made and what you didn't make and what you need to sell, and let's not sell this again. It's all about understanding and truly doing planning for a business. Farming is a business, a CSA is a business, agritourism is a business, growing different ways in smaller spaces is becoming even a bigger business. But it's all about access. I want to tell you one more time, we're so pleased and proud to come to your table to bring the best food that we can bring that's fresh and healthy. And knowing that we're still taking care of this earth and this soil and this water that God has given us. Let's not hesitate any longer. You have to change. We have to change things a little at a time, but we have to first start. Please start in helping us do this for our community, to bring health and wealth. I'm so proud to be a farmer. I'm very proud to be a part of CSA for Black farmers and farmers of color in this country. I'm so proud to be here with you in the state of Mississippi and the city of Jackson. I'm Cindy Ayers-Elliott, and I'm a farmer. Thank you. Come see us.